Hello, welcome back. So this video is going to be a little bit chaotic, a little bit like bouncy and stuff. I'm gonna do my best to like make it make sense, make it cohesive and all of that, but I did not film an intro and I have pretty much just, I have a bunch of clips that I took when I was thinking about recording and making content from Saturday the 7th to Saturday the 14th. So, enjoy, I hope. Okay, so I'm all packed up from the show. It went pretty well for the fact that it rained pretty much the entire time until legitimately 10 minutes before we were done and packing up. That is when the clouds broke and the sun decided to come out. I got a couple of people at the last minute that made some decent purchases, so that was really nice. And now I have picked up some food for my family, and I'm gonna go home and probably take a nap. Alright, so I was working on something and I ran out of yarn because I only had one skein. This is spring green. So let's go to Hobby Lobby. Hi, so I lied yesterday. It was Sunday and I forgot that Hobby Lobby is closed on Sundays, so I did not get to go to Hobby Lobby. However, I am gonna go do that today because I want to finish these shorts that I am working on. If I can, they're inside out, but come on. There's always too much stuff on my desk. I have the bottom connected and I've started working up the little bit of extension for the leg hole, but that's all I have left, so I need to go get more. Excuse my voice, but anyway.
Mom, smile! For the camera.
I actually have all the colors. Oh, it's a 30% off week. I think this blue is good, or do you think we should do that one?
I think we should do this one.
For rainbow?
Yes, purple. Because it matches.
I'm home now, and I got more than I intended to buy. It was a bit of an impulsive decision, so my intention was to go in there so that I could finish these shorts, because I'm out. This was all I needed. And I got it because I was there, and I do want to finish these shorts. These are actually for me. But I wound up with... Granted, it is only 6 skeins, but it is 6 pound skeins. A pound each. I got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, red. It's called cranberry. Orange, and this is just called orange. Yellow is just yellow. Green, this is called lime green. Blue, called cobalt blue. And purple, just called purple. And of course, I got them because I want to make rainbow items. So, and I have a very huge show coming up this week. I'm really excited about it, but I'm also really nervous about it. And of course, it is Pride Month. I would love to make another cardigan because my rainbow cardigan sold. So, if I could bust out a cardigan by this weekend, even with working more than I normally do this week, that would be perfect. So, we're going to see if I can accomplish that. I will try to keep updated. This week is going to be crazy hectic for me. I have a lot of things to do, but I'm going to do my best. Hi, I'm going to apologize ahead of time for the poor lighting. It is really early for me on Wednesday morning. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Got up to go to the bathroom. Can't fall back asleep. But, I wanted to give an update, check in. My big show is this Saturday, and I'm still doing some things for that. I legitimately, at this moment, I'm having a hard time remembering when the last time I checked in was. Okay, so it looks like the last thing I recorded on my computer is the day that I went to Hobby Lobby, which was Monday. I think I have recordings on my GoPro from like working on something else. I feel like I have shown the shorts that I was working on. It is somewhere, the footage. I did finish 2 pairs of shorts. I'll get them. So this is the pair that I went to Hobby Lobby for the green yarn for. These are just for myself. I think they turned out super cute. They fit me really well, especially because I kept putting them on as I was going, and I like decreased around the legs here to make sure that they fit me the way that I wanted them to. So I'm super happy with these. And this pair I'm gonna sell. That's what the one side looks like, and what the other side looks like. I also love how these turned out. They're so cute, and I hope that somebody who will really love them and wear them finds them. These were a Karen Paintllerie cake. I found them on sale at Michael's, and the color is called Balance. And I also made this. This is a Flower Child pullover by Morale Fiber. Or no, this is the Karen cake. That was scans of mandala yarn. That scans? The shorts were mandala yarn from Walmart. In the color Balance. This was the Karen cotton cake, or paintlery cake, which I think is a cotton. And the color is Intense Iris. This did turn out child size. It was supposed to be a medium, but I used thinner yarn than what she used because I really wanted to use this yarn. I think it's cute though. I do have to admit that the way that the pattern is written did kind of clash with me personally just a little bit, but that's really a me thing. The pattern is really, really well made. It has photos. I did decide to leave it as a vest and not put the sleeves on, but that was my choice because at that point I was kind of like, it's already kid size instead of like medium adult size the way that I pictured it. Again, my fault. I used thinner yarn. It turned out smaller. It is what it is. I wasn't stressing about it, but I was just kind of like, I think I'm done. I think I'm going to finish this off and just move on to something else, because I also am trying to get some things done fairly quickly and not spend all week long working on this. So yeah, I still think it turned out great. I like the yarn. This didn't even use a full cake, and I have 3 more full cakes, so I will be able to figure out something else to make with those. Over the weekend, I had gotten a custom order for a pride top. It is the summer top pattern from Passionate Kelsey, and I'd posted on TikTok that I made the rainbow ones, and somebody wanted to custom order one in the By Pride colors. But I did not have any hot pink, and I didn't have this like deeper like royal blue, so I had to order them, and they arrived. I already have light purple, so there is our color palette, and they requested black for the remaining colors, so I will be working on that. I think this is going to become my like go project, and I'm probably going to take it to work with me for in the evenings, because now that I work evenings I get like 20 to 30 minutes while my manager counts down drawers and does deposit and everything, where I get to like kind of chill. So that is cool, and I think that will be going with me, and I'll work on it in that time. And then, like I said, that's kind of gonna become my go project, because here at home I have been working on a rainbow cardigan. I've been doing the sleeves like at the same time, so like I did the red round for both, orange round for both, yellow round for both. That's how far I am on that one. And on this one I have the purple attached, and I'm starting the purple. And with my like high anxiety about this weekend and everything, and switching shifts at work and all of that has also been stressful. I know I sound like a little baby when it comes to that, but whatever. You can think of me as a little baby. I have medical problems, and I don't handle stress very well, so it is what it is. That's one of the, I won't lie, that's one of the reasons that I'm here, because I would love for content creation and selling my finished items to one day outweigh my part-time job, so that I can leave that and do this full-time, and then I can also go back to being at home with my son and my husband and worrying more about taking care of the three of us and, you know, my own physical health and things like that. So, yeah, I've just been feeling very stressy lately, and this mindless granny stitch feels like exactly what I need. So, this is what I'm really preferring to work on at the moment. However, it gets quite large and becomes difficult to take along places, so that's one of the reasons that the top will become my Go project. Plus, I need to do it. It's custom order and it needs to get done, so I do have places to go today, so maybe I'll get to work on it while I'm out. If not, that's okay too. I probably will start it today no matter what, whether that's while I'm out or while I'm at home. I definitely don't want to take a crazy long time to do it, just because I'd rather be doing this. But later today, I need to head over to the shop where like half of my inventory is at right now, so that I can pack it up and take it with me on Saturday. And I have like a little whiteboard here that I'm going to leave on my table that says, hey, come find me at this event nearby on Saturday. And it also just states that I will be returning my remaining inventory to the shop afterwards. So anybody who comes by isn't, you know, that thinking that I'm just not there anymore. Is it crazy that I kind of hope that, like, I won't have that much to take back? Like, I just hope that I'm gonna do really good. And truthfully, the coordinator really got my hopes and expectations set pretty high at this point, because she called me last Saturday while I was doing the smaller event that I signed up for. And I was, you know, she was talking to me and she said, well, I gave you one of the best spots in the whole park. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so amazing. And she's like, I am so excited to see your products. And I guess she probably did get a lot of crochet people who do like plushies and stuff, because they sell. And, you know, I know that they sell, but I just really don't enjoy doing them that much anymore. Like, just in this past week here, I made this little guy. I made a ferret. This is a pattern from Complicated Knots. She put it on her YouTube as a tutorial, and I saw the thumbnail of it and I was like, I need that. I need him in my life, and he is absolutely adorable. But I'll tell you what, I didn't really enjoy making him. I started with plushes and I moved on to clothing, and I don't really want to go back. Like, I'll do it for custom orders and I'll do it for myself when I want something, or when I want to give something as a gift to like my family and my friends, but I just prefer making clothing. But anyway, all of that to go back to, yeah, she was like really hyping me up, and it's like so heartwarming. And I was telling her that I was a little bit nervous, because so far all of the events that I've done have maybe had like 20 vendors tops. And she was like, oh, well, I'm a about to make you even more nervous. And I'm like, oh no, what do you mean? What's wrong? And she was telling me that the township had come by the park to check everything out and like, okay, everything, finalize all of it. And they told her that the event was getting so much attention online that they want her to rent out additional parking and pay a shuttle service to carry people back and forth to the park. So, now she did say that they had 4 acres set aside originally for people to park at, and the township seems to think they're gonna need more than that. So yeah, that made me feel a little bit more pressure, a little bit more hope, a little bit more nervousness, because there's going to be hundreds of people walking around and coming by my area, my booth, my little tent, and having their eyes on my products and everything. And it's just wild. Like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that I'm a vendor in this event. Like, I'm a part of this. I'm gonna be there and be one of those people, you know. So look at me, just early morning yap session. Hopefully you don't mind, even though I don't typically talk this much in my vlogs, but it'll be fine. It's fine. I just need to talk about my nervousness. It helps me feel a little better. Hey, so we're here at the event. We woke up late, we got here a little late, but it's all set up now. Let me give you a little tour of my tent. Cardigans, tops. Probably gonna move that to the outside though at some point. Got a couple things hanging around from the inside. When we walk outside, she keeps a picture of me. Her apartment who will save me from all I'm up against now?
nice, Mom.
Thanks, buddy. Okay, it is a completely different day, even from when I filmed the intro to this video, but that's all the clips that I have for you from the week of my market, and it took me a little bit to get this video out for multiple reasons. One, just being busy in my personal life. Two, I did need some time to kind of process my thoughts and feelings about everything. To summarize, the small show that I did on the 7th, that went okay. I did make profit from that. I wound up making almost $200 profit, even though it rained literally the entire time until 10 minutes before we packed up. But that one still went okay. I would do it again. It was fine. Now, the show on the 14th is the one that I was upset about. I really don't believe that it was any fault of any of the vendors. I don't believe that it was any fault of the coordinators. The event had gotten so much attention that the township wanted them to rent out extra parking and everything, so I really do not believe it was a failure to advertise or anything like that. Some of the vendors didn't even show up. The turnout was horrible. I sold one crop top, which I was thankful to have sold anything, because we overheard as we were walking. Well, my husband walked around with my son. I stayed there, but I wound up going to the bathroom a couple times. But as we were walking past people, I overheard vendors saying that they hadn't made any sales at all, which is really unfortunate. There was a vendor probably 6 or 7 spaces down from us. They actively just started crying at the end of the day. My heart goes out to that person. I imagine they're probably going through some stuff in life that having a really bad show affected them that deeply to show it in public like that. I was very upset. I completely sympathize with that person because I was very upset. I was super disappointed. I really had my hopes up high, and I'm a really emotional person, so that kind of that large of a difference from what everyone's expectations were was pretty heavy on me. I would do the event again still, because like I said, I don't think it was the fault of any of us. There were a lot of other events going on that day, as well as a lot of protests. There were a lot of protests that day, and I don't fault anybody for having their beliefs and things that they feel so passionately about. That is one of the things that I enjoy about living in America, is we get to voice that kind of stuff. Truthfully, I didn't even know about the protests until the day of. I was sitting there at my tent, it's halfway through the event so far, and I've hardly even had anybody walk by. I wonder what's going on, and it started coming up on my social media feeds that there were a lot of protests in the areas both where I live and where the event was, because the event was in a different county from where I live. So I think if they do the event next year, I think I'll sign up for it and give it another try. But it was a really big disappointment. It is what it is, though. Nothing I can do to change it, so I guess I will wrap up here. I need to finish editing this video, and I have a lot of things I've been filming for the next coming vlog, so I need to start gathering those clips up into my video editor and start editing that as well. But I hope you enjoyed my little recap of my market week. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Come hang out, see what I come out with in the future, and hopefully I will see you again. Bye!